All right, thank you all for being here this evening. We wanted to provide an update to our residents of the current state of affairs here within Orange County. I will tell you within the last several hours, we've had the opportunity to go out and do some scouting. There's no question that we are now feeling the effects of this hurricane, and we haven't seen the worst of it yet. What we do know at this time is that we've asked all of our residents to start the process of sheltering in place. You should not be out on the roadways at this time moving about the community. We know that we are dealing with a Category 4 hurricane with sustained winds now 140 plus miles an hour. That is what the National Weather Service is reporting to us. We also know that Hurricane Ian is 120 miles southwest of Orlando and moving northeast at approximately 10 miles per hour, so it's moving relatively slow. But later tonight, we are anticipating the most damaging and significant winds and flooding here within Orange County. The strongest threat from Hurricane Ian is projected to come through Orange County late tonight into early morning hours. Winds are expected between 55 to 70 miles per hour and gusts up to 100 miles an hour. I can tell you not long ago when we were out and about doing some windshield type of analysis here within our community, we could already see some debris that has already blown out of the trees, etc. And we have not come close to seeing the worst of the wind speeds within our county. We're also anticipating up to 2 feet of rain. There's no question we're going to have some flooding here within our area. We just ask that our residents be patient. If you dial 911, we will come. Orange County also remains under a tornado watch until approximately 1 a.m. Tomorrow morning. Just over 1,100 people are in Orange County's 7 general population shelters at this time. I do remind you that we have 3 shelters which have been dedicated for special needs individuals within our community. Also, the shelters that are currently open: Apopka High School, Timber Creek High School, Ocoee High School, Dr. Phillips High School, and Memorial Middle School. As of 5 p.m., 2 more shelters were open. They are Timber Springs Middle School and Southwest Middle School. So far, within our special needs shelters, we have approximately 71 people who are there. We reported to you earlier that we thought that it was important that we go into our low-lying areas and our mobile home parks to remind people who may still be in those parks that it is recommended that they evacuate. I will tell you that our first responders were in those areas, and a few people did take advantage of that. We relocated them to various shelters, but the majority of the individuals had relocated themselves. They had gone to stay with families, or they had gone into the hotels or other places within our community. Yesterday and again today, our fire rescue department went out and visited all 79 of the mobile home parks to urge residents to move to hardened structures. Links provided a bus service to assist with this mission. We have reports of a few power outages throughout the county. The Maitland-Winter Park area has reported sporadic outages, and I believe we have one other area in the city of Orlando around the Lou Gardens area that is reporting some power outages at this time. We have been working with our various utility companies to make certain that we are taking care of the needs of the residents who are without power. I will remind everyone that during periods of widespread and extended power outages, residents are asked to reduce their water usage where possible. When power is restored, it is important to limit large immediate water usage in dishwashers, washing machines, and even within your bathtubs, as well as any large quantities of water which we are flushing down the drains. And this is immediately after a power outage. I only say that to you because we are experiencing some sporadic power outages at this time. The Orlando Utilities Commission asked that we read a statement on their behalf, and I am going to do so at this time. OUC is prepared for the storm's potential impacts to our service area and is ready to respond. Electric and water crews are in place and ready to restore services as needed, and while it is safe to do so. They're grateful for the many in-state and out-of-state crews who are providing support, including the more than 100 who are already here, along with OUC's own line and water technicians, and many others who will join OUC after the storm. Customers are encouraged to visit the OUC site at ouc.com/storm center if you need additional information. They also ask that customers sign up for outage alerts. Those alerts are offered in English and Spanish by texting REG to 69682. That's REG to 69682, and that's my OUC. And with that, I wanted to just share with you, we do have several of our department directors here. Dr. Raul Pino has been working in concert with our team around the shelters, and we have Ms. Diana Almodovar, who is here, who's been working with our Public Works Department. If there are any questions from you regarding either of those areas, we would ask them to come up. To the Spanish-speaking media, we do have the ability to interpret any questions that you may have in Spanish. Ms. Martha Lee Irizarry will assist me with that process. We also have our Director of Public Safety, Danny Banks, who is here, and our Emergency Manager, Division Chief Avery with Orange County Fire Rescue. With that, we'll open it up for any questions at this time.
Should people in Orange County be prepared for widespread power outages? And if so, about when are you expecting that?
The question was, should people in Orange County be prepared for widespread power outages? The simple answer is yes. This is going to be a significant win challenge for us, and because of that, we know that we're going to have down power lines, et cetera. So they should prepare for that. And whether you're within the OUC or the Duke Energy territory, we just ask that you sign up for the alerts, as we just talked about, if you want to alert to your phone if power goes down, your cell phone, et cetera. So thank you. All right, other questions? Okay. All right, Martha Lee Irizarry is going to come up. Martha Lee, you got it? You got the question?
What was the question again? Lluvia? Okay, are Orange County residents expecting a lot of power outages?
And the answer was yes.
Do you want to say it again?
You want me to say it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. She wants you to say the whole answer, and I'll translate.
All right. So the simple answer is yes.
La contestación es que sí, que deben de esperar que hayan apagones de luz en el condado durante la tormenta.
We know that we will experience significant power outages because of the magnitude of the storm that we're dealing with.
Sabemos que vamos a experienciar bastantes apagones de luz por la magnitud del huracán.
If you want to sign up for power outage alerts, you can certainly go to the OUC website at ouc.com/storm center.
Si quieren estar al tanto en cuanto a apagones en el área, pueden inscribirse a la página web del OUC, que es ouc.com, con el /storm center.
¿Cómo esperan ustedes que sean las próximas horas? ¿Ustedes les piden a la gente que ya no salga a la calle? ¿Desde qué hora?
How do you expect the next few hours to go? Are you asking for people not to be out at certain times?
We have asked that everyone shelter in place at this time.
Estamos pidiendo que a todas las personas que se alojen en donde estén ya para esta hora.
Within the next, perhaps a period of time.
En las próximas 12 to 18,
Hours.
12 a 18 horas esperamos ver lo peor de la tormenta.
Mayor, do you expect any mandatory evacuations minus the mobile homes, low-lying areas?
We, at this time, do not anticipate mandatory evacuations while we're in the storm itself. It's not safe for people to, at this point, go out. If we have an emergency situation, then our first responders will deal with that at the time. If we need to urgently evacuate someone because of some type of peril or fire or something like that, we will have to deal with that at the time. But no large-scale mass evacuations are planned at this time.
Also, I know the Oak Ridge High School shelter got reached capacity today, so any plans to open more shelters tomorrow or later tonight?
We actually did open 2 additional shelters earlier today. We have the opportunity if those shelters exceed their capacity, we have a backup or contingency plan. At this time, as I indicated, we have approximately 1,100 people in our shelters, and we have significant capacity remaining.
I have a question for Dr. Pino.
All right, Dr. Pino?
Hi, Treasurer with News 6. I have a question regarding floodwaters. For those people who may feel like they want to go out and play in the water, walk in the water, or if the water comes to their home, how can that water be harmful to their health?
Well, first, you will know the real depth of the water, and currents do develop in those waters, and so it's dangerous to take that risk. Also, the possibility that the water is contaminated. Switch lines are close by. Water will come up in some circumstances, so the advice is to stay put and avoid getting into water that is too deep for you, and the ability to be safe and wait for rescue if needed. Also, water can contain other materials. It can be harmful, and you may not be able to see what is below the water that you can step on it and get hurt.
Doctor Pino, ¿puede dar esa recomendación del agua en español?
Sí, en el caso de que haya inundaciones es importante que las personas no traten de entrar en el agua. Siempre tenemos la tendencia de meternos a ver cuán profunda está, cuán fuerte está, y es peligroso. Se pueden desarrollar corrientes en esas aguas, aunque parezca que no sabemos la profundidad. Pueden estar contaminadas con aguas negras, producto que cuando hay estas situaciones las aguas negras también salen a la superficie. Y además de eso, podemos pisar clavos, vidrios y otros materiales que se están moviendo con la corriente y con la tormenta. Por lo tanto, el consejo más adecuado es estarte en un lugar elevado, esperar por la habilidad de que te rescaten si es necesario, y como dijo el alcalde, llamen al 911 y esperen porque va a haber una gran demanda, pero también tiene que estar en cuenta la seguridad del personal del 911.
Todavía no es necesario mandar a las personas a hervir el agua. ¿Qué tendría que pasar para que ustedes recomendaran a la gente hervir el agua en las próximas horas?
Ese consejo vendría del Departamento de Salud del Estado y depende de las condiciones y de la posible contaminación del agua. Hasta ahora lo que nos han dicho las personas que se encargan de las utilidades es que el agua se continúa purificada, que existe la capacidad, que hay generadores eléctricos para generar la potencia en caso que no exista. Pero de todas maneras, cualquier advertencia de ese tipo será pública inmediatamente.
Not sure if you just covered this, but do you anticipate a time when drinking water will become unsafe because of the storm?
Fortunately, we at this point have very few, if any, pump station failures, so the drinking water at this time is safe to drink. If we see, due to power outages, a failure of our pump stations, then we'll address that at a future press briefing. And in some cases, we may address that before the briefing, using our communications team to push information out to those specific areas who may be experiencing a problem with the drinking water. We don't have any at this time.
Mayor Deming, since you mentioned pumps, we did see some of the pumps that you had maybe in Orla Vista and some other neighborhoods. You all used that this morning. Has that helped the neighborhood? Does anybody know if there's been any significant flooding in Orla Vista?
We have not received any reports of flooding in Orla Vista, but Diana Almodovar is the deputy director from our Public Works. I'll just ask her to come up and just affirm what I just said. Diana?
Mayor, you're correct. We pumped down Orla Vista weeks ago. We've been pumping it down to make room for these waters to at least come to up to a certain level. But yes, we are keeping an eye on those on that area, definitely.
Could you repeat that in Spanish, please?
Sí, cómo no. Nosotros bajamos el nivel del agua en el área de Orla Vista en las pasadas semanas para tener capacidad en los envases para que aguanten agua. Ahora seguimos monitoreando esa área para ver si la cantidad de lluvia no afecta la capacidad.
Además de Orla Vista, ¿nos puede mencionar algunas de las zonas que pueden ser más propensas a inundaciones luego de esta tormenta o durante este huracán?
Tenemos un área en la carretera Reams Road que está propensa a la carretera inundarse, pero tenemos unas barricadas ya que pusimos en esa área y hemos hecho otra ruta para los vehículos en estos momentos. No hemos permitido tráfico pasar por esa área.
Y también han tratado de sacar el agua, la más cantidad de agua posible de esas zonas, ¿no?
Esas zonas también están siendo monitoreadas constantemente.
And Diana, because I think some of what she asked in Spanish was not asked in English, if you'll translate.
Sure. She asked which areas are we concerned about flooding, and I mentioned Reams Road on the west side of Orange County has the road itself has an issue with overflowing waters, so we put a detour. We closed the road and we put a detour so that vehicular traffic do not go through there. And that's how we're handling that area at this time. Any questions?
Okay. With that, we are going to be riding out the storm tonight here at the Orange County Emergency Operations Center. I also want to acknowledge that we had a state representative, Daisy Morales, who joined us as well. So thank you again for being here.